What up, though? Vino checking in once again. Hey, this for all my real ones out there. See, I know your hood just as tough as mine. I'm from the Evergreen Regency Townhomes, what we call the Regency on the south side of Flint, Michigan. Where I'm from, respect is earned, not given. You gotta be ready and willing to fight. You can't be no punk, and you better be keeping it real. Not only did my environment influence me and my behavior, but the music that I listened to basically taught me what to believe. The abuse that I endured every day in my household had a profound effect on my mind. The fact that I felt like my father had abandoned me when I needed him the most. All of these things were contributing factors to the man that I am today and the journey that I was on. Selling weed when I was 13, got arrested for the first time for selling crack when I was 14, dope case after dope case, juvenile detention centers, house arrest. At 15, the judge sent me away, came home when I was 18, got it out the mud, and worked my way into prison by my 21st birthday. On my 21st birthday. Stranded in the county in the worst way, hell of a way to spend my 21st birthday. Born in the ghetto as a street thug. It's full of neighborhoods and weed spots that we love. Lost souls. It's that Pac right there. See, I used to listen to this music so much and recite the lyrics and rehearse the lyrics that these things started to manifest in my life. And when I made it into prison, it seemed like it was like a rite of passage. It was almost like I was supposed to be here. You know, most of my friends had either been to prison, were on their way to prison, or were coming home from prison. My stepdad went to prison. A lot of the people in the music that I listened to kind of glorified prison. So it felt like I was where I was supposed to be. Crazy thinking, right? Crazy. But I want to share with you two very important lessons that stuck out for me while I was in prison. And the first lesson is control your anger. See, I learned that a lot of people are in prison because they just cannot control their anger, their inability to assess the situation and the circumstances. Just react and then think about it. They didn't think about the consequences of the decisions that they made, and they had to live with them for a very, very long time. Unable to control their anger. And it was like it was this recurring theme that a lot of my big homies used to tell me, and they used to be like, yo, Vino, when I get out, man, I'm gonna just be a little punk. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, when I get out, I'm gonna be a little punk. I'm like, yo, it's Big D, man. Explain to me what you mean by that. He like, yo, when I get out, man, somebody can hold me out. They can, you know what I'm saying, punk me out. It ain't gonna be like, who you talking to? Like, do you know who I am? Do you know what I can do to you? It ain't gonna be none of that just reacting. It's gonna be like, you know what? You got it, man. You know what? You right. I'm sorry. How do I get out of here? You know, I'm sorry, bro. That's what I mean by like, I'll be a punk, man. I'd rather just have 5 to 10 minutes of being a little hoe or 5 to 10 minutes of being a little punk instead of having, you know, the last 15 years proving my point and having to walk around here and I can't do something as simple as open a refrigerator and look in it and decide what it is that I want to eat or what it is that I want to drink. And like, yo, it just blew my mind. And it wasn't just, that wasn't the only person that told me. This was a recurring theme. Like so many dudes used to be like, man, I was just on nonsense. You know, I was always trying to prove myself. I was angry. And that's why I'm in here. So it's just something that stuck out with me, man. I'm like, yo, I know that I have a temper. I know that, you know, I can go overboard and it's hard for me to come back. You know, they say, he who angers you controls you. Anger blows out the lamp in the mind. They say a moment of patience and a moment of anger will save you 100 moments of regret. And I was running into dudes that just regretted the decisions that they made and they were thinking about it in hindsight like, yo, if I would have just been like, you know what, you got it. You know what, I'm not going to take that ride. I ain't going to ride with y'all, man. I'm going to stay here. Oh, you a little punk. You know what, I'll be a little punk. No, I'm just gonna stay here. And you know what? It may not be that serious for you. It may not be like, yo, this is a life and death thing, or this is a freedom or being locked up thing. It could be something as simple as it's a girl at your job and she just pressing your buttons and you know you don't want to just go off on her or go upside her head. You know, it could be like a teacher or a professor that just doesn't like you and they always just trying to nitpick with you and get a rise out of you. It could be something as simple as, or as complicated as, getting pulled over by a racist police officer and maintaining your composure and upholding yourself. I'm talking about controlling your anger. And this is a lesson that's still relevant for me to this day. Man, if I could talk to my homeboys now, they'd be proud of me, man. I know they'd be proud of me. Because you know what? I punked out. I punked out in some situations. I let some stuff ride. I had to walk away from some situations. And you know what? I did feel lame. I did feel like a punk. And I felt like I should have proved myself and I should have let them know who they was dealing with. But you know what? I got my freedom right now. You know what? I'm still alive. And I'm out here chilling. So for all of my big homies who taught me that valuable lesson, I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate you. Thank you, and I appreciate you for just teaching me that valuable lesson. Now, I'm gonna get in the second one for y'all, but this video is getting a little long. So look, if you feeling this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share all that, man. Send it to one of your little homies on the block who might want to need to hear this, who always want to run around with guns and always want to just hop into some beef or something like that. Send it to them, man, because they might want to hear it. Thank you for listening.